Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day today. It's a really good day for me. It was a memory day. I'm the nostalgia guy, right? I have some memories. And what did I wear today? I went with gender one, but I'm not going to give you a review or anything of this. You all know what CK1 gender one smells like. Clean, fresh, blah blah blah, a little musky, a little floral. You all know what it smells like. But it just is weird because I was wearing this, and I'll get a quick little story about this and Fahrenheit together and why they're linked to me. But uh, I'm already thinking, because I told you every time I smell a fragrance, I close my eyes, and there's usually and same thing when I put this on today. But the funny thing is as I'm wearing this and I'm thinking about, I'm at work, and every now and then I get a whiff it, and I think about something from the time I wore this. One of my buddies comes in from football buddies from back in the day, and he's in the story. One of the stories I'm going to tell, and he was dropping off his dog for some post care after surgery, and we got talking about this and that, and he actually was like, "Man, you wearing CK1?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Man, you used to wear that all the time. You and Shelly." I said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," which was my girlfriend at the time. I said, "Yeah, yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool." And we got talking about the high school days and stuff, as old men do. But it made me think to the last summer we all had together. Um, it was 1996. 18 years old, just out of high school. The last real summer vacation where there's no responsibilities, parties on the beach, going uptown, hanging on the boardwalk, underage drinking, fights, which will come into play here shortly. I'm thinking about it, and there was four fragrances I wore pretty exclusively that year. Um, CK1 and Fahrenheit, Adidas Moves, and Cool Water. And I've got a couple really good stories with these two. This is going to be a long video, though, guys. Really long. I might have to break it up into two. Uh, Maybe I'll do a first to talk about these two, then I'll break it up and talk about those two. We'll see, depending how much I ramble. But yeah, the first last summer, the real last year of unfeathered youth, when life was a lot simpler. You had no real bills, no real adult problems, no rent, no mortgage. The future was wide open. You didn't know what you were going to do, but you hoped it was going to be fun at least, until life crashes and kicks you while you're down. Um, you know, the internet was not really a thing yet. You didn't have cell phones to text people. So last I seen somewhere written or said that one time you're gonna knock on a friend's door to see what they're doing to come out, to want to hang out. It was gonna be the last time, but you never knew, and that hit me hard because this was kind of that summer. After that, we were all adults working and stuff like that. So, and then the internet became a thing. Pretty soon after that, and you just message people on the internet, and then cell phones a few years after that. You just text them, but that was the last summer I remember going to a friend's house and just knocking on the door, right? Hey, what's up today, man? Not much. Hey, you want a drink? That's what you did, right? And it was the last time. I can't remember exclusively the last person it was, but I know that was the last time I did it was that summer. And if I had known, like the quote says, I mean, man, I would have remembered every second of it. But you just don't, right? So yeah. Anyway, let's get into this for a minute. Why are these two linked in my mind? Well, just before that summer, I was dating my girlfriend in high school, all through high school, 3.5, 4 years we dated. And which doesn't seem like a long time now, but to a teenager, that's forever, right? You go from 14 to 18 with the same person, you might as well win a lifetime. And I did love her. She loved me. But, hey, it's like your first car. I don't want her back. You're nostalgic for it. Maybe you'd like to take a ride in that first car again, but you don't want that first car back. Um, But we would wear this together all the time. It was actually hers. She got it that one year for Christmas, that year for Christmas. And before we'd go anywhere, I'd spray some on. We'd go to the mall, or we'd go for a drive, or we'd go get an ice cream, stuff teenagers do, go just hang out somewhere. And we'd think of this. And every time I smell this, I'm taken back to sitting in my car with her, both of us just reeking of CK1, and just the feeling of, like I said, just youth, not knowing what tomorrow was going to bring and not caring. It was what it was. So, and we broke up just before that last school, this last summer, about a month before school ended. About 1st of June, uh, and we still went to prom together and stuff like that. We were cool. We weren't fighting or anything. It was a breakup. What it was. Um, I tend not to fight with the girls I'll break up with unless it's something really bad. I just whatever. People change. People move on. It is what it is. Anyway, that's why this reminds me of her. But this is why it's linked with this. That summer, like I said, basically the start of that summer, the first week of June, we had broken up. Well, the last week of summer, the first week of September, um, our city has this uh, festival every year at the end of the summer on the boardwalk. You've got buskers and live music and performances from bands and stuff like that, mostly local stuff. And it's just a good time. Well, we're up there, all of us together, um, me and my friends and stuff, and girls and whatnot. Everybody was up there, right? And she had started dating somebody else a couple weeks before that, and she showed up with him. Now, most of you know where this is going, but it's not my fault, honestly. Um, so I was as cool as I was going to be with it. I was still upset, but I wasn't, trying to be that cool. Whatever, I don't care. And part of me really didn't, but part of me did. But I wasn't gonna fucking start no fight. I was whatever. I'm not gonna ruin everybody's good time. They were having a party. Let them come over. My friends were, you want us to make sure they don't come. I said, no, let them come over. Let them have a good time. Because I thought we were cool, me and her. Anyway, long story short, there's alcohol involved, of course. I wasn't drunk, believe it or not, but he had consumed a few more beverages than he should have, and well, he starts to get lippy. Oh, you're the guy. Oh, let her get away, big dummy. And I gotta emphasize too that she was a very attractive girl. Like, when I say she was a trained dancer, uh, cheerleader, um, uh, uh, she did some modeling, not professionally, but local stuff. She was a pretty girl. I know it's hard to believe an ugly fucker like me, but I used to be a handsome boy, and she was a pretty girl. And she was the cheerleader. They used to joke about we had the typical teen movie cheerleader football player romance. And anyway, he starts getting lippy, and he's motion. I'm like, ah, dude, whatever, man. I'm not, cool, whatever. I'm not gonna fight. And here's something you guys may not know about me, and it's not me bragging because it's the stupidest thing in the world, but I used to like fighting. I used to look forward to it, a good scrap. East Coast Canadian boy. We always look forward to a good scrap, whether it be on the ice or on the street. The bar. We look good. We look forward to a good scrap, and I was good at it. I lost a few. I won just as many as I lost. And anybody who tells you they never lost a fight are either lying or they've never been in a real fight, because you lose as many as you win. But I never got beat up. Except one time, four guys jumped me. That's another story. Um, So, I mean, and I, like I said, I could fight. I liked to fight. I was a tough kid, football, rugby. I did boxing, wrestling, and just fought in the streets. I could fight. And she knew I could fight because I'd been in a couple scraps with her around. And, he said, oh, well, kick your ass, tough guy. Well, I'm like, oh, whatever, dude, chill out, man. And even everybody was telling him, man, you don't want to do this, man. Just chill out, man. Just, you don't want to do this. Because I'm not a very intimidating guy. 5'6", 5'7", depending on what boots I'm wearing. And, I'm pretty big, but I'm just not intimidating. And I don't give off an intimidating aura either. And, but I can snap like that, right? Back then, anyway, I could turn it on and off almost. And he just kept pushing my buttons. Finally, I said, no, no, dude, no, dude, just, you've had too much to drink, man. Go home, sleep it off, sleep it off, rub it up, and, you want to still fight tomorrow. She knows how to get a hold of me, call me, I'll meet you anytime, anywhere type deal. But right now, just, you're drunk, we let you come over here. Don't make us regret it. And like I said, even she was telling, no, it's not a good idea. You should probably just, not so much saying I was going to beat him up, but insinuating that he probably shouldn't do it. And I, fuck this, and he shoved me. And I was like, man, fine. I said, you know what? No. I said, I'm going to walk away. So I turned around to walk away. To preface this, I should have mentioned the month before, it was the last rugby game, I had fucked up my shoulder pretty bad. I dislocated it and pulled some ligaments or muscles or whatever that around there. That just fucked it up pretty bad. And so I turn around. Well, he hauls off and just cranks me the back of my shoulder, which was already, like I said, pain and messed up anyway. And it almost dropped me. And now he's there. Oh, tough guy, can't even take a shot in it. Friggin' arm. Blah. I'm like, oh. And I lost it for a second. I come up with kind of an uppercut right hook kind of thing because I was to his back like this. I was kind of on the ground, not on the ground, but I come up, just wham, hit him square in the jaw, knocked him completely out, took a chunk of his tongue out, it's inside of his cheek, and lost like 3 or 4 teeth. And I broke a hand. I mean, that's one thing about a fight too, is if you really hit somebody, you're going to hurt your hands. Mine have been messed up for a while, but and he didn't fall backwards right away, like out, but he was like, and his eyes rolled in the back of his head, and he fell forward, and I caught him. And I put him down, I calmed down with him, put him down. I'd also noticed if he had fell backwards, I'd probably be just getting out of prison now because he probably would have died. Because right behind him just would have been at head level, right at the back of his head was, we had rocks on our beach, big, not boulders really, but big rocks. And he would have hit his head on one of them pointy rocks. And it was then and there I decided, I'm not fighting anymore unless I have to. Somebody's going to get hurt. I'm going to hurt somebody or somebody's going to hurt me, and it's just not worth it. And from that point on, I've maybe been in a handful of solid scraps. A lot of pushing, shoving, mouthing off matches, but actual scraps, maybe 4. And 4 or 5. But anyway, the point is I was wearing this that night. So when I smell this, that's one of the memories that I have with it, and it's combined with this. You know what I mean? So these are ever linked in my mind with her and that last little bit we were together and the little bit we were apart, right? And it's a funny little story. And yeah, but this wasn't just a bad memory. I have good memories wearing this with her too. Like I said, this was actually the clone I wore. We had seen each other for a couple weeks. I was a year older, and I was 2 years older, and she was just graduating junior high. And I wore this for the first time to her, around her, to her, you might call it middle school. We call it junior high graduation. and we were on the floor dancing. I remember the song. It was no, I don't remember. Was it Bon Jovi? I think it was Bon Jovi, Bed of Roses. And I was wearing this, and the first time she ever complimented me on the fragrance I was wearing. Of course, we'd only been together a few weeks. And she said, "Oh, really?" She said, "Wayne, you smell." She said, "You smell gorgeous tonight. I've never smelled a guy smell like that." And I'm thinking, oh, cool. I mean, I didn't know any better, but it's probably because boys back then didn't wear stuff like this. Only weirdos like me. But yeah, so that's the story of these two and why they're linked together in that summer in my mind and with her. And yeah, so I'm gonna end this one because we're already 15, 16 minutes into it, and then I'll come back with the other two separate video. But I'll be right back. For you, it's only going to be a few minutes. For me, I'm going to have a smoke and a coffee and come back and finish it. All right, guys, peace, love, be good to each other, and be good to yourselves.